Alright, let's do a good old story time like we used to. Okay? This is the day when Jacob Couch threatened to like burn my house down and come and break all the windows in and do all kinds of shit on tape. I recorded it. A bunch of people heard it. A bunch of people were there. Andy Sabins has the video or saw the video. Satya was there. Carson, the YouTuber, was there. Floor was there. There were a couple other people there. It was a normal day. I was doing the gym rat thing. I was excited. I was trying to do something positive for the community. I finally just realized I could, and then I saw how I could. So I just started sprinting towards it like I do everything else. Someone came by my house and said that like they like handed me some stuff and they said they got it out of the garbage at the gym. And I was like, what? And they told me Jacob Couch got taken down in wrestling practice, in the morning practice, and then he just like saw my picture on the wall and went over and just started ripping them down and throwing me in the garbage because they were like moving to the new gym and stuff like that. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I like went to the gym and I started asking around and stuff. I went to the God Gang and tried to ask, and fucking it just became this huge stupid fucking ordeal. And I had that seminar coming out in California that I was doing, that free seminar for that guy, the politician guy, and that other guy and everything. Like I had a lot going on. It was all good too. It was all really positive stuff. Because I try to do everything positive. And I know Jacob Couch. I know how he thinks. He's not a bad guy. He's just a fucking kid. Like, he's a kid that got put in a bad spot, kind of like I did. And, like, I get it. But it doesn't mean what he does is okay, or what he did is okay. You know? So, the whole day went on like that. I kind of investigated, and I finally, like, I didn't corner anybody, but the guy who originally told me about the stuff getting thrown away, he didn't tell me the whole story. He got in his car and I walked up to the window, and I always tell everyone what's going on. I said, look dude, I'm not threatening you or anything, but like, you have to tell me what really happened. I told him I would protect him from repercussions, and I failed to do that, but that was not my fault. And he told me the story. He said Jacob Couch got taken down, threw the medals away and all that shit like that. And I was like, what the fuck? That's fucked up. And I was like, oh, I'll beat him up or whatever. You know what I mean? But I don't, when I say stuff like that, like, I'm thinking about it in the moment, but I don't ever do anything. You know what I mean? And it culminated that night. He called me, and there were other people in the apartment with him, wherever he was living at the time, that all heard him screaming and shit. It was bad. It was incoherent, psycho shit. For like half an hour, and I kept trying to say shit like, Couch, dude, calm down, you know, like, well, I've tried to calm him down. I tried to be reasonable the whole time. I try to be reasonable with everybody. And it just got so bad that at one point, after he had threatened me enough, I realized I needed to record it, and it was legal in Illinois for me to record it because he had threatened the fuck out of me. And you guys know that's true. And then the next day, it was Onslow, by the way, that told me everything. The next day, Onslow, I have to leave for California. You know, I have like a plane I have to go catch that day. He comes over and he's fucking like crying and shit. He says he's going to go to the cops. He said Jacob Couch went to his house, went to Onslow's house, went into his bedroom and cornered him up against the wall and fucking grabbed him and was shaking him, saying, the specific quote is, if you ever come back to the gym, I will break every single bone in your body. That's what Jacob Couch told Onslow. So I gave the video to the God King and Derek Featherston, and then a bunch of other people, because I'm not retarded, but none of them talked, so they're all not people to me. And I asked the God King, what are you going to do about this? This isn't okay. This is so far past the line of acceptable. And the God King just started screaming at me and said I was the worst person ever. I was a traitor because I had recorded it. I had violated trust, blah, 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 blah. And I had to fucking go to California. Onslow wanted to go to the cops. Onslow asked if he could stay at my house because he was scared. Literally, he was afraid. And I had to leave. And I thought I could trust the God King, dude. I always wanted to. Deep down, I always wanted to. I knew I couldn't, but I just wanted to. And I fucking, I talked him out of going to the cops. I said, you know, I think you can trust him. I think you can. And I let him take over the situation. And that was when Couch got suspended for a week, by the way. But he just told everybody, and the God King just told everybody it was because Couch was hurt. And then I went out to California. It was me and Floor. And it started off amazing, man. We got there. We got in the car with Derek Featherston. That was terrible. And I just started telling Derek Featherston everything that was going on. I'm like, dude, you don't know these people like me and Bird do. They're not good people. Like, it used to be good, but they're not good anymore. You're not around, Derek. You don't know what it's like in that gym anymore. And then, because of the whole Satya and Floor fucking fiasco, I had talked to Satya before I went to California, and Satya had given me and Floor his blessing. And you can't lie about that. If you lie about that, it's your fault. You know what I mean? I told him straight up, I will stop. I won't pursue Floor anymore. Unless you're okay with it. And he said, yes, go for it. So I did. And when I went out to California, I kept trying to tell Derek, blah, 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 blah. And he was being really mean to Floor. She was in the back seat and shit. And fucking, I finally just said, call Satya. And he did. He put him on speakerphone. And Derek phrased everything in a way that I think pressured Satya into saying it wasn't okay. And then Bird just started talking shit about me to Derek. And then Derek lost his fucking mind. Because deep down, Derek Featherston is a good person. He just doesn't know right from wrong. Okay, so Derek started crying. Literally, he was crying, you know. I'm like, to him, it must have been like losing a son. Because he didn't see me the same ever. He still doesn't see me the same. You know, Derek Featherston was always my fucking hero. He was. He's not now, but he was. And then he started getting really, really mean to Floor. And I was okay with him yelling at me. I'm always okay with people doing shit to me, but when he started being really, really mean to Floor, he started calling her a cunt and stuff, and I told him stop. And then I got her out of the car, and we just went and got a hotel. And in the background in Mount Vernon, the God King and George Valadares went over to that barn in my fucking, in my yard that I had, and they cornered Bird. George had a camera in his pocket. Bird said he saw it. And they were trying to pressure Bird into saying really, really bad shit about me, trying to say I was dangerous and stuff like that. And Bird didn't play along with it. Bird was smart enough to know not to do that. But Bird didn't trust me at that point fully. And he didn't know who to trust, you know what I mean? And the whole situation never got resolved at all. I don't have that video anymore. I don't know where. I might be able to find it on Google Drive, but I know people I sent it to. I know for sure Andy. But I sent it to like a lot of people. And that's the type of thing that when I started talking out, I never ever, still to this day, I don't know why they didn't just come out and post the fucking video. Why they didn't come out and say, yeah, I saw the video, it was unhinged. I don't know. And that's why I don't think you're people to me anymore. And then that whole scenario, like I got back and I just kept trying to do the gym rat thing, and I was trying to do it with Daisy Fresh. My plan for the gym rat program was for the Daisy Fresh fucking dudes to be mentors to people around the country. Okay, and for the jiu-jitsu scene to come together and unify through Daisy Fresh. Daisy Fresh was supposed to lead the fucking way by showing the way and doing it. You wonder why I stayed in a fucking cult? Is because the cult had fucking potential. You know what I mean? And it just started getting weirder and weirder. The guys at Daisy Fresh, like people I thought were my friends, black belt brothers there. You know what I mean? I heard they were saying I was starting my own rival gym because I had the fucking studio built. But I paid people from the gym to help me do because I had money and they didn't. I just kept giving all my money away, which I really shouldn't have done that way, but I would do it again that way, you know? And like, they were saying I was starting a rival gym and all this other shit, and I couldn't clear it up. I kept going to the God Game, just wondering why he's not clearing up this shit for me. What is the fucking point of you if you don't take care of me in those kind of situations when I've done everything for you? What do you exist for, you motherfucker? And it just got worse and worse. And then Couch learned there's no repercussions for anything. And he got more and more unhinged. And I just got pushed further and further out. And then I just became isolated completely. And then finally one day I just went back into the gym. I went into the God King's office. George had a camera on. George was there. George, you better never let me see you in person, dude. You better never let me see you in person. And they were recording it, and I just said, I'm sorry, I was crazy, blah, blah, blah. I just fucking let them hear whatever they wanted to hear, so it'd be okay for me to come train again, basically. I just missed my fucking family and shit. But the guys hated me. Dylan and them, I went to a tournament. One of the ones in St. Louis, Mike Rogers, the scumbag, was there, and a bunch of dudes from St. Louis were there. I like the St. Louis guys, but you guys are fucking awful people. You know, and like, I asked him if I could corner him, and he said no, and the guys just fucking completely ostracized me the whole time. But way worse. It was really, really bad after the Nicole stuff, but after that stuff, it was unrecoverable. How is that shit okay? And that's like minor stuff that used to happen there, you know what I mean? Like, that was bad. Even by their standards, that was bad. But like, that was when it got completely out of hand, you know? And there's a thing about when people are screaming and they're going psycho and shit, and there's a tone of voice, there's an unhingedness to it. And Jacob Couch was completely fucking unhinged. And he's clearly, I don't know if he's any better now, I don't know the fucking dude now, but with the Emma stuff, like, yeah. Michelle Dominic didn't even want to train when I was dating her, and she was living there with me in the box, dude. She never wanted to go into that room ever. She watched everything that happened to me. She was my fucking love at the time, dude. She knows everything. What you Daisy Fresh people need to know is that every girl in my life knows everything about all of you. I'm not good with secrets at all. I'm not. Don't tell me stuff you don't want to eventually maybe come out if you become not my friend or something like that. You know what I mean? But the gym rat thing, guys, how the fuck did you guys not get behind that? Because you didn't. You know? I wanted fucking Craig Jones to run it or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just an idea. Craig Jones, start a gym rat program. Use some of your money. Just take 2 athletes from every gym in the country and fully sponsor them. Pay for their living, pay for their food, pay for protein, pay for some personal trainers, or hire personal trainers that will go around, or just coach them over video or something. Get them the resources they need, and just show people that, you know, it's about knowledge, really, and people believing in you and enabling you and shit, and just have them do it. You know, and then you can show people you're the best coach or whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. Hire good coaches. Craig Jones, you should go not to fucking Daisy Fresh, but you should go to fucking like Carlson Gracie's and get a hold of those guys. You should go out to Tom DeBlass. Tom DeBlass, you're a coward and a pussy motherfucker. What I said stands. I don't ever lie about that kind of stuff. I don't know if Tom DeBlass is a good guy. I know he's connected to gangs though. I do know that for a fact. But I don't have any animosity towards him. I just told him don't fucking go there. And the way he went there, he went there. And when I tell people don't do something and I'm going to do something, I do fucking retaliate. But as far as me and him are good, we're good. But why has Craig Jones not given Marcelo Garcia $100,000 and made him run the fucking program? Why do you jiu-jitsu people not think of just obvious good ideas? You guys have the money and the power to do it. I don't. And I never wanted to run the gym rat program. I'm not good at that kind of thing. I'm an ideas guy. I'm good at coming up with good ideas, but I'm terrible at following through on everything. Probably because everyone in my life sabotages me and shit, but just imagine for a second what it could have been. What you guys can still do. Okay? You just show people that it's not about gym versus gym. It's not about affiliation versus affiliation. It's about the jiu-jitsu community coming together and pummeling everyone else. Go beat up the fucking karate guys. Go show the fucking MMA world why grappling's the best, because it is. It's not better than striking. It's more consistent than striking. Striking is better. But grappling is more consistent. Okay? Why don't you guys go to judo coaches and have them come teach? You know, why don't you guys branch out? Why don't you guys become more inclusive? I hate the exclusivity of the jiu-jitsu community. I hate that you guys don't talk about stuff that's happening. If you guys don't air it, the lies fester. And they spread. And they hurt Wiltsey specifically. But they hurt everybody. You know, those girls that are getting abused in gyms in the country, they don't feel like they can talk. They don't feel like someone will back them. And what I've tried to do my whole life is show them I'll fucking back you up. If you talk, I'll show up. I'm on probation, but I'll go to jail. I'll just drive there. You know what I mean? But it doesn't have to be like that. Why doesn't Craig Jones do this stuff? And I keep saying Craig Jones because I think he's a good guy. that didn't do the right thing. I think deep down Craig Jones is a good guy, and he just didn't do the right thing. And I always know what the right thing is, and it makes me kind of judgmental. Okay? It's a character flaw. But I'm not wrong. You know? He really should. I'm not going to apologize to Craig Jones. I have nothing to apologize for to any of you. Nothing at all. Nothing. Everything I said was factually true about people and in general. But 2 athletes from a gym. And the way I set it up, guys, I was going to coach the gym leaders so they could coach the students better. I was going to sponsor the gym itself, and then they could have access to my resources, whatever I could get, so that they could then actually do the coaching. You know, it's supposed to be top down, bottom up, because that's how you do it in the military, and that's how you do it when you build systems and shit. Guys, I'm not gonna do the fucking gym rat thing. Clearly, I'm not in a place in life where I can. But why don't you guys just do it for me? Why don't you guys just do it for me?